Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bull Central. We're doing a game review for you today. This is the new Oblivion, the new Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster that they just kind of sort of dropped out of thin air the day that they announced it, about three or 4 weeks ago now, I guess it was. I've been taking a slight YouTube sabbatical unannounced, just because every once in a while you kind of need a break from this platform or from social media in general. I think you can agree with that. So let's talk about this game, man. This is a really classic Elder Scrolls game, really classic action RPG from about the year 2005. Ye old 2005. What a good year that was. I was 21 years old in 2005. And I had this game on PC. I just met my girlfriend who became my wife. She's still my wife, so I was kind of double dutying. I literally just met her. I was double dutying trying to play Oblivion and being a good new boyfriend, which this is a time suck, this game. Okay, I'm not going to say that about the relationship. I'd never say that about my relationship, but the game was a time suck. And it still is. It's still a really great game. It's a great Elder Scrolls game. Frankly, my favorite is still, it's always going to be Skyrim. Well, until something better comes along. If Bethesda, something better comes along. Skyrim is my favorite. Morrowind is my third favorite. Okay, that's where I rank these dudes. Oblivion is definitely my second favorite in the series. If you don't count online, that's a weird product. I like it though, so don't get me wrong about that. Anyway, this is a good remaster, y'all. It's not a perfect remaster. In fact, it's loaded with glitches in the classic in the classic Bethesda way. Although slightly different this time. You're not going to find like weird objects falling out of the sky necessarily. You will, however, find loading screens that coalesce into random shapes that coalesce into the world after about 20 seconds of rendering time. You're going to find frame rate dips, especially on the 60 frames a second setting that you can get on console. I'm playing this on the Xbox Series X here. There's also some save and loading issues. I understand for some users, especially the longer you play a save file and the more you input into the save file, just in the course of play, the more likely you are not to be able to load or to have other errors with that save file. All of that's kind of not good. All that's kind of an issue for a video game, any video game, regardless of whether it was dropped as a surprise birthday present that nobody saw coming or not. But all that aside, if you can look past a little Bethesda glitchiness and the possibility, it's a remote possibility because I haven't heard tons about this, that you might not be able to actually finish the game due to loading and saving, and they'll patch it, whatever. But apart from that, what you're going to have here, what you're going to find is a fairly beautiful remaster of a game that's, like I said, it's a 20-year-old video game now. And it was a stunningly beautiful game on PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. The luster is not quite what it used to be, especially since frankly, the Bethesda engine, the engine that they use from everything from Elder Scrolls to Starfield, frankly, has basically the same engine, although slightly updated. This thing's aging. The character models look stiff and old and rigid still. In fact, when you're building a character in the character creation menu at the very beginning of the game, you're liable to make some uggos, just as liable as you are liable to make some normal-looking folks. So it's a Bethesda product through and through, and it's as faithful to Oblivion as you want it to be. It's a perfectly full remaster of this classic game that you may have spent tons of time in. I spent tons of time in. This is a great game because what it really managed to do was take something fairly complex, which is PC-based action RPGing. And Morrowind was also on Xbox and PlayStation, by the way. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but Morrowind was also on OG Xbox. That's where I played Morrowind. But when they put this on console back in 2005, it was really kind of a beautiful experience because it was so handmade for console as well as PC at the same time. It was a masterclass in building for multiple platforms, and the game is just as great on any platform. Maybe not visually, because it really was stunning on PC at the time compared to what my friends were playing on their 360 at home, right? Because I experienced this game in both ways. But it was full, it was playable, it was action-y. You know, the fact that just the basic things, the fact that it's a first-person shooter, hack and slash. The fact that in order to level, you have to sleep, and it's a very simple mechanic. You just go there and sleep. The fact that to select anything on the screen, you simply put your cursor over it and press A. All of that seems like so common nature, or, you know, weapon handling, or fast travel. All of this seems so common nature to be able to do this well on a PC and to be able to do it well on console at the same time. But back then, it was almost unheard of, I'm telling you. And it's you know, apart from the fact that you spend way too much time in Oblivion itself, the planes of Oblivion I've never been a fan of because it all kind of looks the same. It's like slight reconfigurations of the same theme. And that's another reason I prefer Skyrim. I feel like Skyrim's a little bit more robust thematically, a bit robust visually, biome-wise. I feel like the story's a little... I mean, the stories are always weird in these games, don't get me wrong, but the story's better, the side missions are better in Skyrim. I feel like Skyrim is the more complete experience, the DLC is better. But, you know, Skyrim doesn't exist if not for this extremely important entry and step forward in the series. This is the game, if I may say so, that really cemented Bethesda to me as masters of the industry. They had been before, don't get me wrong, but for me, this is where it really clicked for me. And I can't say that they're always on top of stuff these days. I can't say that everything they make is great, because it's not. Still, to this day, not. But if you're looking for a blast from the past that is still very playable, is very pretty in this compelling remaster that just kind of dumped on us. It's in the Game Pass, so if you got the Xbox and you got the Game Pass, and you didn't expect it, like this is me a few weeks ago, it was a nice present. So I'm gonna give Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster an 8 out of 10. The game itself from 2005 is easily a 9 out of 10, but since there's some slight glitchiness, that's my score, and I'm sticking to it. Everybody, do me a favor, like and subscribe. That's me running out of energy. It's not a reflection on you. I may need another sabbatical from you, though. No offense.
For the rise of the morning sun, I wake in the dark.